If there are unacceptably cruel acts being repeated on Earth, the space people are allowed to step in. Therefore, it is important that we stop such cruelty on Earth. The message we must send out as a rule for this world are freedom, democracy, and faith. We must spread this all over the world. There are nations without these three factors: freedom, democracy, and faith, even large nations. These countries are dictatorial nations under tyranny and in most cases seeking hegemony. In terms of the politics and economy of this world, it is important that we continue working towards spreading freedom, democracy, and faith. If you look at this from a universal level, you can see that by knowing the history and formation of Earth, the said tyrannical, dictatorial nations or totalitarian nations are manifesting a reptilian-like nature quite strongly, and this nature was discovered through our analysis of space people. This is what we are trying to change. Reptilians are considered the gods of evolution, but at the same time they live by survival of the fittest and believe that it is fine to destroy the weak, and that it is natural for those who have advanced technology to destroy those who are inferior, turning them into feet or slaves. If you consider this, you might recall a nation close by. It is necessary to make them change this way of thinking. Also, even in cases of religious nations where the country is united by religion, there are ones that have violent and totalitarian tendencies. So it is necessary to teach these nations the values of plurality of religion and how we must create a world in which we can harmonize with each other. For example, human rights violation is quite harsh in countries such as North Korea and present-day China. But behind such thoughts are considerable amounts of reptilian-based values. So this must be changed. At the same time, among the countries that are violating human rights, such as Islamic nations, some tend to lack tolerance and consider their God to be the only God, which appear to be repeating acts of terrorism and guerrilla warfare toward other nations, must learn to understand and accept others a little more. If an atheist nation is trying to occupy or completely dominate a nation that believes in God by declaring them as a terrorist nation, or perhaps perform organ transplants on more than 1 million people based on materialistic values, and that is something that cannot be tolerated in the name of happy science. So, for example, even if East Turkestan or Uyghur, which is believed to have separated from Turkey and whose people read Arabic and speak as the Turkish people speak, were intolerant in terms of religion, or if the Tibetan belief of the Dalai Lama reincarnating immediately after death cannot be religiously accepted, it is wrong that such religious nations would be destroyed one-sidedly. Therefore, if we witness a lot of human rights violation, not just in North Korea, but China and other surrounding nations, we must hammer in the values of freedom, democracy, and faith. Furthermore, we want to create the common grounds as people of Earth by spreading the teachings that can unite Earthlings. I would like to spend the remaining time for that.